lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy of this incredible community. Thank you for prioritizing the preservation of the Adrian College experience and for continually seeking to develop the institution's ability to develop both the knowledge in our heads and the care in our hearts.
Thank you to the roommates, friends, teammates, and peers who, although we have only known each other for 4 years, it seems impossible to think about being surrounded by anyone else in the coming weeks. We celebrated each other's accomplishments, became each other's biggest cheerleaders, and never let each other struggle alone. College has been called the most formative years of our lives, but I can say for certain that these last 4 years have included both the most amazing and most difficult moments of my life. One constant, however, is the support of my friends through it all. It is impossible to thank everyone who makes up our AC family. Together, you have each played an integral role in helping us achieve this momentous milestone.
And you be proud to be a graduate of Adrian College. It's a good day to be a Bulldog. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
Today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know what? Those were incredibly special years. Never experienced before I arrived and never replicated after you leave college.
number 2 of the opening round of the NCHA playoffs. Concordia University of Wisconsin flying in from the west side of the United States, facing off with your Adrian College Bulldogs. Hello everyone, my name is Alex Herman, joined alongside as always by Calvin Keys. Big win yesterday in game number 1 of this 2-game series with a possible mini game if we need it after the conclusion of today's regulation. A lot to like from the Bulldogs. They won that one 10-2. It seemed like Concordia was able to keep up for just about the first 10 minutes of that game, but then the Bulldogs really turned up the heat. What did you see, Calvin?
Yeah, I think Adrian was able to accomplish against Concordia what they do against a lot of teams, just grinding them down. It's a Bulldog team that has a lot of depth. They can roll 4 lines. They're all very talented, and they're able to kind of just grind you down as they're persistent and continue to do their thing and kind of dictate the tempo of the game.
Absolutely. We saw Gabe Rosek start the game for the Falcons. Unfortunately, was not able to finish it. 21 minutes into the game, he was pulled after he let 5 goals in on 19 shots, so they were able to make a change there. But then it was 6 unanswered for the Bulldogs, and it was all them for the rest of the game. What do you think that the Falcons are going to have to do if they're going to be able to weather the storm here?
I think the Falcons are going to have to limit where the Bulldogs get chances from. I think Gabe Rosek is going to make the first save pretty much every time. He's shown that. It's a matter of clearing pucks away from the house and also keeping the Bulldogs to the outside, cutting down passing lanes, which I think at points they actually did really well yesterday.
Absolutely, and yesterday the Bulldogs looked practically unstoppable. They were a force in the offensive zone. They shut down defensive chances. Dershawn Stewart didn't have to do much. He made 20 saves in the winning effort, but they took control of the game. Zach Hines had 2 goals and 3 assists. Brad Summers also had 2 goals and 2 assists. Julian Jacob, 3 assists for 3 points. It was all them yesterday. What did you see?
I saw the Adrian Bulldogs top line continue to play strong, competitive, and really a persistent game as well as a skilled game. It's very rare you see players with a lot of talent also work very hard to win puck battles, and that's where your offensive chances start, with winning those 50-50 plays and then outworking your opponents. I really love this top line of Zach Hines, Matt Redding, and Brad Summers. I think they're ticking. I think the Bulldogs are getting the scoring they were looking for earlier in the season from these guys, and they're a force to be reckoned with.
Absolutely, and we'll turn it over towards Ice View to take a look at the starting lineups in this one. Starting for the Falcons, we'll take a look at theirs first. It's going to be Grant Newcomer, Derek Humphreys, Mequan Tallman, Seth Bergeron, Matt Kepke, as well as their netminder and Gabe Rosek. And on the other side, the starting lineups for the Bulldogs being announced. We'll take a look at this one for them. It's going to be the captain and John Calgian, Ryan Patosha, Theo Troon, Ben Loretto, Io Dinier, and as always in the blue paint, number 33, Dershawn Stewart. This is sure to be an exciting one. Game number 2 of the opening round of the NCHA playoffs. Concordia University of Wisconsin Falcons and your Adrian College Bulldogs. My name is Alex Herman with Calvin Keys as always. Puck drop coming up. You're watching Bulldog Hockey on ACTV.
There's so many firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy of this incredible community. Thank you for prioritizing the preservation of the Adrian College experience and for continually seeking to develop the institution's ability to develop both the knowledge in our heads and the care in our hearts.
Thank you to the roommates, friends, teammates, and peers who, although we have only known each other for 4 years, it seems impossible to think about being surrounded by anyone else in the coming weeks. We celebrated each other's accomplishments, became each other's biggest cheerleaders, and never let each other struggle alone. College has been called the most formative years of our lives, but I can say for certain that these last 4 years have included both the most amazing and most difficult moments of my life. One constant, however, is the support of my friends through it all. It is impossible to thank everyone who makes up our AC family. Together, you have each played an integral role in helping us achieve this momentous milestone.
And you be proud to be a graduate of Adrian College. It's a good day to be a Bulldog. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
The stage is set. Day number 2, opening round of the NCHA playoffs. The Concordia University of Wisconsin Falcons and your Adrian College Bulldogs right here from the Arrington Ice Arena. Hello, everyone. My name is Alex Herman, joined alongside, as always, by Calvin Keys. For those of you unfamiliar with the result yesterday, Bulldogs took a massive 10-2 win, and it was certainly an interesting game once we got to the third period. It was very quiet through the first 40 minutes of play, aside from all the scoring that we saw. A number of penalties, lots of physical presence. This is going to be a real interesting one. What should we look forward to here today, Calvin?
I think we're going to look forward to some physicality and a little bit of aggressive hockey between these two teams. They mixed it up a little bit in the third period. Things got heated, and I have to imagine that'll carry forward into today's game.
We'll see how everything transpires and shakes out in this one. We'll get 20 minutes up on the score clock. Center ice face-off. We are underway at the AIA as the Falcons are able to win it back. On the first attempt, that was Humphreys against Potosha. Humphreys with a good step, looking towards the front, pokes it. Adinier gets back in time. Net is dislodged as losing his feet was Theo Troon. Seems to be okay. That was a quick start right off the draw for the Falcons. Almost figured out a way to get a quick breakaway. Luckily for the Bulldogs, no dice on that. This is Adinier behind the net. He'll get it back underneath the red line, looks to play it. Off the high glass, Koepke will go and chase this down. Looking to start the breakout. Troon will chase. Dribbles off of his stick as he sends a nice hard hit into the corner, sending him down straight to the ice. That was Matt Koepke, and the pass will cross the distance of the ice as we get an icing call with 9:17 left to go in this first period. Good hit there in the corner to set the tone early. Should be the message here for the Bulldogs. Julian Jacob now out to the ice on that right point. Had 3 assists yesterday as there's a quick shot. Stopped by Rosek. Got it with the blocker. Skating up is Bridges. Off for Redding. Heinz was offside, so he couldn't carry it. Taking a tumble behind the play was Kroyman. This pass picked off at center ice by Shields. Off for Redding. Now Summers looking towards the front. Couldn't get a shot. And motoring it aside was Rosek. Back towards the blue. That is Sardelli. Now towards the front. Sticked away. Popped over the shoulder of Stewart. Don't know if he got a piece of it or if it was a defensive swipe. But Summers distributes to Heinz. And he's a step too far over the blue. He's called for offsides.
Looks like we'll have a face-off on the near side of the neutral zone, just outside the Concordia blue line.
You have to imagine that in this one, the Falcons really need to start this game very fast to try and match some of the speed and athleticism that the Bulldogs have, because they were dominated yesterday in their own defensive end. Gave up a lot of shots and even a lot more goals at that, too.
I think for Jim Masso, maybe the message to his team is to kind of expect some of those chances against them in terms of lots of shots from the Bulldogs. I think you just want to limit where those chances come from, and then also focus on committing to defense and then just taking advantage of the opportunities you will get eventually, because there are going to be breakdowns every once in a while. Even the best teams will make mistakes here and there.
Got to figure out ways to combat the elements. Every game can't be perfect, as you're alluding to, Calvin. And they'll just have to work through it here, as Klein will spin it down low, off for Amsbaugh. Along the right corner, pulls up, gives to the top in Kudo. Klein looking for the right lane, gives it right back to Kudo, who will be forced into the wall, but makes a nice play. Tied up, lost his feet, but still got it back. Amsbaugh fires, blocker save from Rosek. I don't know if it caught the iron at all. It sounded like there was a ping. But here's Amsbaugh looking towards the backhand. Can't get the muscle for it. He's checked hard into the boards, receives another shove, and it's cleared all the way down. This will be icing once more. It's always a good sign when your players can pick up pucks in front of the crease and try and just bang them home towards the back of the net and hit the twine. We saw on a number of times yesterday, Bulldogs were able to convert on some of those cross-crease passes as Shields winds up. Glove save from Rosek as he swags it out of the air.
Shields definitely a threat from the point with that one-time shot. Definitely important for the Falcons that they go out and challenge Shields, because he's got one of the better shots on this Adrian team.
Sure does. Is an absolutely dynamic defenseman. Can rely on him to provide some offense, too. 8 goals and 25 assists for 33 points this season. Loves to pass the puck and can shoot it as well, as we saw just a few moments ago. Gerstein tried to step up and take it away. Gets it right back. Small toe drag. Now looking in front for May, but was unsuccessful to get it to him. The Falcons will look to break out. Bolin is over the blue. Koepke right there, and a nice stop by Stewart. Got it with the glove. Always impressed with the tracking of Dershawn Stewart. Seems to find a way to pick pucks up, regardless of whether they are heading his way or not, and can play the redirections pretty well additionally. This is down low in Ketterman. Off to the side, we'll look to push it to the top. Was Bolin. Kroyman with a shot, blocker save by Stewart as it's put up into the netting. And we'll hold on with 16:37 left to go in this first period. 2-point shots for the Falcons. Just looking to generate some offense from wherever they can do it. Taking shots really is just going to be the name of the game. They can score, because we saw it happen twice yesterday off of 2 nice plays. One from Grant Newcomer as he stole it away for a breakaway. And then another cross-crease goal. Here's Loretto with some speed. Has space around Kroyman. Works it back to the glass. Troon takes a hit. Continues to fight for it as Patosha angles it off of his stick. And it's played towards the top. Kaljan will get it. Patosha down low. Shrugs off another contact. 2-on-1 puck scrum along the wall. Tied up in the corner, looking to kick it free. Ultimately, it's Humphreys who comes away with it. Loretto with a nice reversal with the backside. Kaljan, a crunching hit on Tallman. We talked about in the pre-show, we were going to see a lot of physicality, as I think Kaljan's going to get called here for a penalty. Had to anticipate that it was going to be very prevalent in this one. Didn't think it was going to be this early, but the Falcons off to the power play for the first time this afternoon. 19.6 on the power play this season.
It's a bit of a light call, but it makes sense in the complexity of this weekend series, where you have to imagine the message for this officiating crew is rein things in early. Don't let things get out of hand like they did in the third yesterday.
Absolutely. Policing the game is always so important to make sure that things don't get out of hand, and I have to agree with you, Calvin. That's likely what we're going to see here today. We saw yesterday some of the officials wouldn't even talk to any of the players after making calls because they just didn't want to get an earful. And that might be the right decision here.
Yeah, I don't blame them.
Picking up is Humphreys. Sends it off for Petronic. Klein right back after it. Spins it up off the glass. Takes a nice lucky bounce off the back of Redding and travels all the way down. Rosek out of the crease to stop it and leaves it off for Kroyman. Push towards the outside lane. Now horizontally over for Petronic. Dumps it in. Kudo right there. Lifts it all the way out once again. And there will be a change in the power play unit for the Falcons. Murphy behind enemy lines. Looking to turn it over. Forces it there. But quickly back to it is Bergeron. Denier waiting. Finally fires. This is all the way down. 52 seconds left to go in the 5-on-4 power play for the visitors. Nothing going yet. Lovasek tried to play it. Denier will have to back skate. This is intended towards the slots. Looked like it was going for Zach Bridges, but it was behind his stick, so he couldn't caress the pass. Sardelli. Good feed over for Tallman. Left wing will shake his way through, looking towards the front. Pass was canceled out as it's off to the boards. We're going to poke it free as Amsbo. He steals it. Off to the races. Short-handed, maybe. Empty net. And he scores. No! It stays out. There was no signal. It hit the bar and went out. I don't think this is going to count. Amsbo went bar down as he was being tripped. There's going to be a penalty, but it doesn't look like there's a goal. Wow. Good hustle and good effort from Amsbo. I was sure that was in.
Looked into me too, albeit through a small camera lens frame, so tough to tell, but I love the effort from Amsbo there. Even though the goal is not going to stand, he just drew a penalty on the penalty kill by just outworking his opponent, playing stick-to-itively, and is able to earn an advantage for his team, which is, you know, those are the kind of plays that get you extra shifts. And for the freshman Amsbo, that's why he's so heavily favored and gets so much ice time from head coach Adam Krug as a freshman. Just plays like that.
Absolutely. Bulldogs now to the power play as they were 4-on-4 just for about 10 seconds. Falcons able to clear it down. Stewart will stop it with the paddle and leaves it behind his cage. This is off for Shields. Picking up speed, goes to one hand, will drop it back for Redding. Quick pass up for Heinz. 3 steps forward, spins off, distributes to the right point, and Shields has Summers on the left. Plays with it, back for Shields. Here's the one-timer from Heinz. It's blocked. Heavy shot, but doesn't go as it's cleared down with 60 seconds left to go. Stewart, long pass to neutral ice as it's played to Summers. Now for Redding. Off for Heinz, looking in. Glove save from Rosek. Handles it and holds on for the whistle. Nice save from Gabe Rosek. We'll take another look before on the call that drew a penalty. This is great hustle you'll see from his own zone in Amsbo. Picks it up off the blue, fighting for it ever so valiantly with Koepke, and off the iron, straight down. No goal, but we continue tied at 0. 42 seconds left to go on the power play. Tied up in the corner, both sides fighting for it. We'll see who can kick it free. Stays glued to the kick plate. Looked like we got some motion for a second. Still held up. Big hit from Gerstein. Back for Jacob. Off for Murphy. Couldn't get a shot going. Jacob, stutter step. Off for Patosha, arm up. There's going to be another penalty. Off for Murphy, fans on the one-timer. And it's blown dead as Stewart reached the bench. Bulldogs will have 5-on-3 time for 10 seconds. As heading off to the box is going to be Sawyer Worsing. See the call being made there.
Sure.
Patosha ties up on the circle. Ams ball to Jacob. Fed off. The one-timer blocked as it's behind the net. One man out of the box, now to 5-on-4. Ams ball. Gets it off for Jacob. Back to Amsball, top of the circle, fires in the chest. Rosek with the save. 11:52 left to go in this first period. 1:41 on the power play. The hit from Sawyer Worsing. I've liked the speed and intensity from the Bulldogs thus far. As Summers plays it back for Redding. He'll skate in. Rims it around for Heinz, who holds on at the right blue. Checked up there by Humphreys as they're able to clear. Stewart needs to make a play. A little sonk action on the backhand. Fakes the pass, and it's left off for Shields. Racing his way through. Hit hard to the ice by Kroyman. Falcons again able to lift it down. Stewart leaves it for Redding. Will now take a crack at his approach. Hitting the gas. Gets it right back in the corner, opens up. Here's Heinz, lost it off his stick as he was going to shoot. And the Falcons again from the stick of Seth Bergeron. Able to clear the zone. Oh, and Stewart took a tumble behind the play. Ochitawa was pressuring him. Here's Redding. 33 left to go in this 5-on-4. Summers. Work to the outside, taken away. Here's Klugerman. That's Humphreys, who had his puck stripped by Swade. Off for Summers, extended shift for him. Plays by the feet of Swade. Towards the top of the circle. Jacob, saucer pass over for Murphy. Skipped over his stick. And a whistle here. Didn't see a signal. Not sure what it was for. Is this another penalty against the Falcons? Looks like it. Too many men on the ice.
They had one of those penalties yesterday, too.
Crazy to think that both of those too many men penalties came in the first period. I feel like it was around a similar time as well. So 12 seconds of 5-on-3, similar before we had 10 seconds, now an extra 2.
We talk about it a lot, but those are just penalties you have to avoid as a hockey club.
Jacob off to Murphy, who couldn't hammer the one-timer and lost it off his stick. This is Pizzamenti working his way through traffic down to one knee was Stewart as he scooped it towards the wall. Now we're back to 5-on-4. This has been the scene for the last 6 minutes or so. Murphy fires, blocked, in the feet. Jacob punches it out of the air to keep it in. Amsball back for Jacob to the outside. Murphy back for Jacob, top of the point. Sent over for Amsball, steps in, fires, blocked, into the netting. Kepke got it with the shin pad as he took a golf swing at the puck as it was bouncing around.
Bit of a frustrating first for the Falcons as you kind of put yourself behind the 8 ball when you run into penalty trouble like this. Been shorthanded for the last 5 or 6 minutes now, and that's really the way that you give Adrian confidence. I think the backbone of their team is really their power play, and once they start snapping passes around, getting good chances on net, it's pretty hard to stop their momentum.
Here's Heinz with a shot, save from Rosek. Swade jumped in to try and poke it loose, but it was gobbled up by Rosek. Got it with the chest, and then handled it down towards the ice. He's been money so far, Gabe Rosek. Always plays the Bulldogs well when they show up to the Arrington Ice Arena. A clearing attempt from Kroyman. Doesn't get out. Redding gets a shove. Here's Shields. To Heinz. Plays it and bounces behind the net. Open net in front. Swade right there. Shields can't keep it in as he'll backstep. The Falcons able to make a change. 45 seconds left to go and 5-on-4 power play time. Be interested to see if we see another penalty after this one expires or if we stay even strength. Summers off for Redding, taken away. Saucered all the way down. This is Shields, plays the bounce. Nobody could get it. Cleared once again. On a tough angle. Here's Tallman. Plays it through the legs, trying to get it back. Troon Gets it on the forehand. Kudo for Summers. Penalty soon to expire. Nice pass for Calgin. He goes for a race and can't get it in time as it's fielded up by the glove of Rosek with 8:26 left to go in this first period. 4 more seconds on the power play. Little time remaining. Everything cleared off. We're back to even. Shot blocked there. Redirected towards the corner. Tied up for a moment. Calgin after it. Swipes it off for Troon. Plays it up to the left point for Klein. Rips a shot. Held up by Rosek. Some pushing and shoving with Calgin. It'll settle down as the whistle blows. How about the penalty killing unit for the Falcons to be able to kill off 3 penalties in a row?
Yeah, definitely a difficult scenario to put yourself in. But at the same time, I think you gain confidence in your defensive structure as you're able to shut down a talented lineup like this for a long duration.
I'm sure that'll carry some momentum onto their bench, and they should be proud of that effort. Despite giving up penalties, it's always good when you're able to clear things out being down 1 man for as long as they were. Calgin off for Troon. A quick one-touch pass off towards the corner. This is Loretto. Adinier to Patosha, now looking for Calgin, who can't get in front of it. Cleared all the way down. Gerstein, the first man back. Icing waved off. Gerstein off to the boards. It's given away. Bolin with a shot. Shouldered away by Stewart. Dinier had to jump out of harm's way. Gerstein plays a pass through the legs of a defender. Off for Lovasek. May right there to help him. Here's a step from Worsing. Lost his foot. Down to the ice. Got to be careful. Ice is slippery. Cam Babyak in his own end. Couple of stick handles. Now skates up Main Street. Off for Lovasek, who hugs the outside wing. Small backhand as Kudo steps off his right blue. Sent to the boards. Falcons look to get out. This crosses over, so the Bulldogs will have to dump back in. Rosek will stop it with the stick. This is off for Kepke. Quick pass for Bridges. They're offsides as they're called down with 6:19 left to go in this first period. Still scoreless from the Arrington Ice Arena. Concordia University of Wisconsin Falcons and the Adrian College Bulldogs. NCHA playoffs, round number 1. This is Swade, who wins the draw back for Murphy. But Dinier pushed it off. Murphy with some room. Swade gets it off the blue, looking towards the front, fires a shot, the rebound. Where is it? It's covered up. And Rosek will stay on top of it. He's been stellar.
Love this first period so far from the Falcons. You and I both know from watching this Concordia team in the past, if Rosek starts seeing the puck pretty well and gets comfortable, he's going to be a tough goaltender to beat. And I think for the Falcons in general, they've done a good job of just holding down the fort defensively and then trying to take their sparse opportunities as they come. And this has to be sort of the identity for this team today, and I think they're executing it to perfection 14 minutes in.
Still deadlocked as 0. Klein will play it towards the outside. Swade to Murphy in the slot. Can't control it. With some room is Humphreys. Adinier defending him nicely. Klein shouldered into the boards. Amsball ahead of the play. Murphy will get a pass. Swade knocks his man loose. That was Dittmer who opposed him. Amsball working hard for it on the boards. Trying to help it over to Murphy. Now it's Swade who plays the backhand. Looking to rip it up the wall. Hard hit along the boards. Dittmer crunched. Takes a couple of seconds to get up. Seems to be all right. Here's Kroyman down low, looking for the front. Now for Bolin. Pizzamenti, his shot blocked. Nice step and a good soak from Austin Klein. Murphy, nice reverse hit right in front of the bench. And this is going to draw a penalty. The first contact was clean. And I think Riley Murphy gave an extra shove after he made the hit. Roughing is the signal. And that was clear as day, right in front of the Falcon bench. 4:52 left to go in this first period. Falcons back to the power play. If you're the Falcons, where are you trying to generate your offense from in your O-zone on this power play attempt, Calvin?
I think a lot of times it starts on the wings. We'll have to see. I know Alex Ochitwa, number 28, is kind of their target man, their leading scorer. I have to imagine he's going to set up and draw back into the right wing, or perhaps go down low as the bumper guy. And I think it's just quick puck movement, getting the puck off your stick quickly.
Oh, and there's a shot caressed by Stewart as it's just barely kept in, scraping the blue. Adinier looks to tie it up along the wall. Both sides going into support. Maybe some space for a shorthanded try from Loretto. Off for Calgin. Races down the right wing, looking towards the front, centering a feed. And it's blocked by the feet by Humphreys. I like how the Bulldogs still stay offensively minded, even though they're down. When they can get to the opposite end of the ice and create some scoring chances, they're never afraid to strike. Here's Theo Troon, all alone, fires. Save made by Rosek. Kicked away, soccer style, by Newcomer. They'll control it down low. 2-on-1, now 3-on-1. It's Potosha who held things up for a moment. Under a minute left in the 5-on-4. Koepke motors his way through a pair of Julian Jacob and Theo Troon. Here's a takeaway. Potosha, shorthanded breakaway. Here's Theo Troon. He's in. And a save from Rosek. Faked a slap shot and couldn't elevate the wrister. Rosek getting aggressive with Troon. Amsbo right back after it. Tallman had the biscuit taken away from him, and Stewart able to lift it out. This is off for Swade, pushed off of his stick as he was picking up speed by Koepke. Shields, a backhander that clears the blue. Sardelli off to the wing, and Tallman. Swade will push the envelope, and the Bulldogs have killed off their penalty. 2:45 left in this first period. No scoring yet. Long shot, took a bounce, now down low. A backhander in the slot. Save made by Stewart. Here's another shot, that one high from Osmus. Had the angle, but didn't dial in the scope. Some good offense in the last couple of minutes from the Falcons. Staying in this one. Hazelton with Swade, a takedown. On the wing is Bridges. We're going to step in as Murphy. He's able to do so. Playing it loose is Kudo. Taking a tumble. Forward and defensive change for the Bulldogs. Summers knocked it free for Heinz. Goes over with the stick handle. On the wing is Wersing. Quick up for Redding. He'll skate his way in. Nice move off for Summers. Looking into the backhand. Plays it to the slot. Heinz was tied up. Couldn't get the shot down. This is Heinz. Worked into the boards. A hug and a takedown. On the point is Shields. To Babiak. Playing catch. Shields will get it once more. Babiak. Down low now to the wing. Shields controls the point. Skipped over the stick of Redding. He's angled into the glass. Rimmed up top. Shields will step off to try and keep things going. He's able to do so. Played back for Summers. Keeps it in. Looking for a shot. Fires. That one wide. Babiak. Another chance. Save from Rosek. And he holds on to it with exactly 60 seconds left to go in the first. what a sequence of events in the last couple of minutes for both sides. Some really good scoring chances.
Yeah, definitely. Adrian with some good opportunities. Rosick showing some good agility, moving around the blue paint. And I think for the Bulldogs, you just got to do more of the same, quick passes, and then, like I said earlier, snapping the puck off your stick quickly to give the goaltender less time to track your shots.
Gerstein with a shot that redirected straight off the pads of Rosek. Will get a hit on his blue. This is Bridges. Oh, and a nice hit from Jacob. Sent down Bridges, crashing to the ice. Gerstein spinning around on the y-axis. This is going to draw a call for elbowing and some more activity after the whistle. This was the ferocious side of the game that we saw yesterday. Some extracurriculars after the whistle. Bergeron, who we saw instigate a number of events yesterday, getting tied up with Connor May. Finally, everybody's separated. And we have an official down here. Trainer is off, and we're going to step aside for a moment. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Bulldog Hockey on ACTV.
There's so many firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy of this incredible community. Thank you for prioritizing the preservation of the Adrian College experience and for continually seeking to develop the institution's ability to develop both the knowledge in our heads and the care in our hearts.
Thank you to the roommates, friends, teammates, and peers who, although we have only known each other for 4 years, it seems impossible to think about being surrounded by anyone else in the coming weeks. We celebrated each other's accomplishments, became each other's biggest cheerleaders, and never let each other struggle alone. College has been called the most formative years of our lives, but I can say for certain that these last 4 years have included both the most amazing and most difficult moments of my life. One constant, however, is the support of my friends through it all. It is impossible to thank everyone who makes up our AC family. Together, you have each played an integral role in helping us achieve this momentous milestone.
Back inside Arrington Ice Arena, following a scary collision with one of the linesmen. There was some pushing and shoving after a whistle. Kind of hard to see what happened from up here in the booth, but from what it sounded like, it was Seth Bergeron in the corner who was mixed up in some extra activities yesterday and is in the box now. The official off to the dressing room to make sure that he's okay. 30 seconds left to go in this period. Bulldogs to the power play. Here's Shields with a heavy shot. The rebound loose in front. Nobody can get it. Bounces off towards the wing, and Redding gets a shove. Humphreys with a collision on Heinz. 15 left. Summers steps his way in. Down low to Redding. Save from Rosek. Heinz to the backhand. Can he get it? Save from Rosek again. And more pushing and shoving. The heat turning up. When will it end?
Yeah, this is not beneficial to the Falcons to engage in this. It's not beneficial for either team, but it feels like the Falcons have instigated a bit in this game, and it doesn't do them any good because it's just going to put them even further behind in the momentum of this game if you have to continue to kill penalties, which is what they've done for most of the period.
And Jake Swade is going to go to the box as well with 6.9 seconds left to go in the first period, slashing the call.
You know, I kind of rescind a little bit of what I said because looking back on the play, I think Swade may have been the one who hacked Rosick after the whistle, and I think that's why Kroyman came in to defend his goaltender. It's tough to piece that together, but I think that's why we may just be seeing a call Swade's way. Tough to know. It all happened pretty quickly.
We'll agree with you on that. Not really sure what transpired. We'll have to catch it on the replay after the conclusion of this period, but 6.9 left to go in this first period. Back to 4-on-4 hockey. We've seen a lot of penalties through this first period. Coach Adam Krug talking with the officials to try and figure things out.
6.9 seconds left in the period. It's been a nice and entertaining game of hockey so far. No goals to speak of, but a pretty tight affair. Wow.
Oh, and Koepke with a massive hit on the boards to finish out the period.
That's a clean hit.
Oh, man. This is going to be an interesting rest of the game because both sides of the bench is jawing at each other. Kudo was leveled as time was expiring. Oh, man, this is absolutely crazy. I haven't seen a game like this in quite some time. It's getting really, really ugly out here at the Arrington Ice Arena. But the horn sounds. No scoring to end the first period. Shots 15-5 in favor of Adrian College.
Can we get another look at that hit there from Koepke? It looked initially like it was shoulder to shoulder with Kudo just having sent the puck off his stick. But I can see from maybe an ice level angle for Kudo, it might have felt like the arm came up a little bit, potentially an elbow. Tough to speculate.
So some good offensive play for the Bulldogs, who are continuing to generate chances. Dominating in the offensive category, I would like to believe. As everybody is escorted off the ice and back to the locker rooms, hopefully things will calm down a little bit, but you have to imagine with the intensity and the stakes being so high, events might repeat themselves here in this period, but the hope is that everybody stays safe and keeps a level head. 20 minutes gone in this second game of the opening round of the NCHA playoffs. Alex Herman and Calvin Keys here on ACTV. Second period coming up after the break. You're watching Bulldog Hockey on ACTV.
There are so many firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy of this incredible community. Thank you for prioritizing the preservation of the Adrian College experience and for continually seeking to develop the institution's ability to develop both the knowledge in our heads and the care in our hearts.
Thank you to the roommates, friends, teammates, and peers who, although we have only known each other for 4 years, it seems impossible to think about being surrounded by anyone else in the coming weeks. We celebrated each other's accomplishments, became each other's biggest cheerleaders, and never let each other struggle alone. College has been called the most formative years of our lives, but I can say for certain that these last 4 years have included both the most amazing and most difficult moments of my life. One constant, however, is the support of my friends through it all. It is impossible to thank everyone who makes up our AC family. Together, you have each played an integral role in helping us achieve this momentous milestone.
And you be proud to be a graduate of Adrian College. It's a good day to be a Bulldog. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
Today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know what? Those were incredibly special years. Never experienced before I arrived and never replicated after you leave college.
Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself.
There's so many firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path.
Welcome back inside Arrington Ice Arena. Both teams back to the benches for the start of period number 2 in the second game of this NCHA opening round playoff matchup between the Concordia University of Wisconsin Falcons and your Adrian College Bulldogs. Hello everyone, my name is Alex Herman, joined alongside as always by Calvin Keys. Happy to have you all rejoin us here this afternoon. Puck drop almost underway. No scoring, surprisingly, in the first period as we stay at 0-0, 16-4. The shots in total. A lot of penalties in that first frame. Bulldogs 0 for 4. Falcons 0 for 2. A lot of interesting things towards the tail end of that period. Both these sides, I'm sure, are absolutely wired up and ready to go for this second period. What should we look forward to for this frame?
Well, I think the biggest thing that I'm encouraged to see is all 4 members of the officiating crew are good to go to start the second. One of them took a pretty hard fall in the corner trying to break up a scrum, so I'm glad they're all right because those guys are kind of the unsung heroes of hockey. They do, without them, you literally can't play the game, and we appreciate what they do and thankful that they're all no worse for wear after what was a scary situation in the first.
Absolutely. Small delay to set the ice. Center ice faceoff is dropped, and we are once again underway at the AIA as we skate 4-on-4 to open up this period. Jaden Shields skates it back, gets it right away from Summers. Rimmed around, Shields will skate after it, taken down, arm up. This is going to draw a call.
That was right knee on knee, Alex. I don't think there's really any other way to put that.
And we'll see the penalty here on the replay. Clear as day.
It's just tripping, which is probably a good break there for Dittmer.
Absolutely. Shields will get this on the wing and start to make his approach. Makes a nice stutter step here, and catching the foot right to his knee. We'll go to 4-on-3. See what the Bulldogs can draw up. Shields will quarterback up top. Summers off for Redding, back for Heinz, fakes the shot. Looking towards the outside, but no shot. Summers to Heinz, has Shields up top, and Redding to the left. Here's Redding, fires. That one blocked. Taken down. Falcons look to clear, they're able to do so. Long dish from Stewart. Off to Heinz. He's got some room. This is off for Summers. Shields holding on up top, center lane. Heinz back for Shields. Triangle formation. Redding and Heinz will switch. Here's a one-timer. They score! Zach Heinz on the power play. 1-0 Bulldogs. How about this play from the power play? A give and go up top. Shields will switch to the left and opens up for the one-timer. No chance for Rosek. And a big Selly.
It's kind of just the prototype of, I think, what you're always looking for on the power play, which is making the goaltender move post to post and then setting up a one-time opportunity, and that's what they did. Really nice shot there from Jaden Shields, and really no goaltender in the world is going to be able to save it if you can get a one-timer off at that velocity and force them to move across the net.
And that was a super clean shot as Jaden Shields gets another one.
I believe that was Heinz who had the primary assist. He did a really good job to find the seam through the middle. And for the penalty kill, I think the onus is on them to try and cut off that space through the middle of the rink. Opening presented itself. Bulldogs able to score. And did we see what that penalty was for as Maximu went to the box for the Falcons?
Not sure, as there's nothing on the board. But 3 seconds left to go on their last penalty, standing on the score clock. Ham's ball to Murphy. Fans on it. 20 seconds of power play time. Here's a rush. Humphreys. He's in. Scores! Just like that. The Falcons have tied it.
Wow, what a response from Concordia. Able to strike on their power play, just moving up the ice quickly, and great shot from Humphreys one-on-one.
Humphreys really disguised that he was going to shoot. Started to look like he was going to pass it cross crease, and I think surprised Stewart as he's able to beat him 5-hole. Saw no goals in the first, and within the first minute and 30 seconds of this one, just like yesterday, we're going to see some pucks finding the twine. So a short-lived lead for the Bulldogs. Here go the Falcons again. 3-on-2 towards the front. Behind Sardelli. Patosha looking towards the front. Shot blocked, save from Rosek. Turning the other way, a 2-on-1. Back and forth hockey. Taking a tumble, couldn't hold on to his edges with Zach Bridges. This is off for Patosha. Now towards the slot, a little too far ahead of Troon as they'll backhand it down low. Patosha, a stick check on Kepke. Gets tied up. Osmus will step in to help. Breaking it free is Kaljan. Up to the point is Shields. Sends it low. Off for Gerstein. Good body positioning as he holds on to it. Patosha with his back turned to the play. Gerstein with a shot. Saved by Rosek. Hard hit along the boards. Now towards the front. Centering lane. Off a shin pad. Bouncing around. Nobody can hold on to it. Finally, it's Julian Jacob to it. Forward line change. Off for Gerstein. Right wing. Fires. Save from Rosek into the glove. Holds it with 16:56 left to go in the second.
I think the temptation is to always let your guard down a little bit after scoring a goal. I think that's kind of what happened for Adrian, where you just kind of have a little bit of a lapse in your concentration. And for the Falcons, they had a little bit of an additional fire in their belly to try and even the scoreline. Makes it interesting now back at 1-1.
Here's Gerstein looking towards the front. It shutters wide. Might have caught the apron as it was rolling towards the goal line, but it stays out. Bulldogs need to stay applying the pressure. As this is towards the front, Jacob gets tied up with Makasimiu. And it's Stewart who will put the paddle down to get on top of it. Adrian College needs to be careful here, because this is a Falcons team that is hungry to try and get on the board even further. And we know they have the talent to do it. As this is sticked all the way up into the netting.
I think in general, this is a Concordia team that we're going to be talking about more and more as this young group that they have continues to age and gain more experience, because right now at the moment I believe they've got just 2 seniors. So this is a young team that's really coming into their own and showing they can compete.
This is loose down front. Nice save from Stewart. Reached around behind him. Don't know if he caught it with the glove, but he certainly made contact with it nonetheless. Here's Lovasek. Off for Gerstein. Held up. This is going to be a delayed call. And Rosek gets tangled in his own crease with Alec Lovasek. So the Falcons are going to have to kill off another one. catch it here on the replay. This is a good step. Nice save from Stewart. And it does look like he got it with the blocker. I believe this is going to be a hooking call. It's off for Gerstein. And yeah, you can see the stick right in there, tied up from Briar Dittmer. Swade is up top with Shields. Give and go. Now down low. Swings it around. Rotates for Summers. Here's a shot that was picked off. And it gets out. Shields couldn't hold on to it. Knocks it back. Humphreys almost had a step. Heinz opens up. Down low, sticked away. Rosek shoves it to the side. Here's Shields. Redding up the wall. Bounced off the play there. Swade tried to aid the effort. Shields off for Summers, gets it right back. Can't hold on to it, but gets to it at the last second. Summers, left wing, now to the slot. Nobody can pick it up. Puck sliding around, good cycle. Down low, 2 quick passes. Shot, played out. Rosek with the first stop. Swade couldn't put home the rebound. Down low, now towards the front. Poke check from Rosek, arm up. The Falcons again are gonna get called. This will be a cross check along the boards. And you can see the reaction from Rosek, out of breath. This is gonna be tough for the next couple of minutes for Concordia, Wisconsin. Matt Kepke is gonna go off to the box. 55 seconds of 5-on-3. 15:09 left to go in the second period. Draw one back for Shields. Swaps with Redding. Back for Shields. We see the puck go to him a lot. Outside lane is Redding. Now to Shields. Fires. Spins wide. And all the way down. Stewart will have to come out and play it. Doesn't need to do much as he just touches up and leaves it back. Shields making his approach. Summers is on sides. Right side hash mark to Redding. Back to Shields. Fed back up top for Shields. Here's a one-time drive. That's blocked. Great save from Joey Petronic. That one's going to hurt. Another great shot block. Stepping in the lane this time was Kroyman. Falcons back to 5-on-4. They got a man back. This is off for Shields, and he played